Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.
So I'll take that one first and take it away.
Yeah, you said God's outside of time, but if he's outside of time, then you can't interact with.
No, I didn't say that. I said he's not subject to time.
He's not subject to time.
Yeah. Time is irrelevant to Bible.
Okay.
It's the now. I'm not going to put a limit upon God. Some people have started to put a limit upon God. They said, like for example, this is a common argument amongst what Muslims use to confuse the Sikhs. Yeah, their preachers teach them this argument. What they say is, because we say God is everywhere, right? Here, right now, everywhere, all around us. So, what they say is, oh, how can God be everywhere? God's the most pure of everything. They say, how can God be in poo? That's what they say. They take it to the extreme. It's called reductum ad absurdum, yeah? They say, how can God be in poo? God's pure, most pure thing. How can they be in poo? People think, oh, you're right, you know. God can't be in poo. So they've got you in it. Straight away you've admitted that God isn't one particle. Now what is there? In reality, if you study science, what is there? All there is molecules, yeah? 3 types of things. Protons, neutrons, electrons. Obviously there's antimatter. No, I don't go into that stuff. I don't understand that. But generally, the periodic table tells us there's these 3 things in different ways, yeah? And all of these 3 things, funnily enough, scientists don't understand. They don't understand why a molecule has mass. Now the Muslim who's complaining about this poo being God, what he doesn't complain about is the food he gets from God. He says, thank you, I grew razak, you give me my rizq, you give me my daily food. But when they leave his body, they go, oh, that's dirty. When they put it into the ground, and they give nutrients to the fruit and the vegetables, and they grow up, they'll eat those. So what is pure, what is not pure? It's all molecules. You get me? And they're just confused about what molecules are. We are just molecules. Now we are here, and we know that these molecules that make me up, every 8 years they're totally regenerated. It's a totally new set of molecules. So what am I? Confused, you get it? We're actually all space matter. Everything here was once in space. There was a big bang, it all came from there. It came here, and those molecules reformed, and they became into our particles, and now we are here. Everything here was once in space. Pretty cool, eh? Now here's something freaky for you guys. You know that molecule, electrons, protons, neutrons? Guess how far, at a molecular level, the neutron and the protons are in the middle, yeah? How far do you think the electrons are flying away from the core, the nucleus? How far do you think they are molecularly? It's like the sun and the moon, isn't it? Or sun and here, earth and the sun. They're far, far away from each other. There's massive gaps at that level. What if you took away all those gaps? Do you know how much matter there is in the whole world? The whole universe, the multiverse. Do you know how much matter there really is? It's about this much. Swimming pools worth, they say, of real matter. Everything is just hava. It's just air. Gaps in between gaps. It's all fake. It's all an illusion. It's all fake. Isn't that a little bit freaky? Yeah? Now what are we then? Who knows? But if we go inside, we'll find out where he is. Inside. We'll connect to him. We'll experience the divine. And that becomes the process of enlightenment. Enlightenment to the reality. Sat. What is Sat? And what is Asat? What is not true? And what is the truth? Yeah? Now, take something even more crazy. Scientists don't know why atoms have mass. Do you know that? That's why they spent billions on this large Hadron Collider in Switzerland. They're trying to smash particles together to work out what is mass. Higgs boson is supposed to give mass. It's the God particle. You know what Sikhi says about this? It says something very interesting. It says, Naam ke tare sagal akar. Everything is supported with the Naam. So God's manifestation, what we can connect to, that manifestation is supporting everything. Everything is being given mass by God. Through Naam, the connection. So all around is energy. If we're going to experience God like a power, it's going to be like energetic, yeah? Everything around us is power. And that power is Wahid. So God is energy. One force all around us. And inside us is the ability to connect to that force. I think Singh was saying today, some guy in Russia photographed the soul leaving the body. Yeah? He's got the video on YouTube. I'm a bit skeptical about these things. But he watched it and he goes, you know what, it's pretty cool. And guess where the soul leaves the body from? Top of the head. In Hinduism, they smash the top of the head, yeah? And when it's burning in the funeral pyre, they poke a hole in it, make sure the soul leaves. After you're dead, alright? Don't worry, you're dead. They don't just kill you that way. Yeah? Alright. Now, here's something cool for you. You're going to talk about science, it was in here. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, you heard of Sukhmani Sahib. I'm sure you've been invited to Sukhmani Sahib party, yeah? Right. Sukhmani Sahib. Sukhmani Sahib is a prayer. It's about an hour long, this prayer. It was written in before 1600. Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, the fifth Guru, says that Kai bar pasryo pasar, sada sada ek ekankar. They say many times the world was made, many times the world was made, expanded many times, and many times it contracted. Now you've heard that clever guy called Einstein, yeah? Einstein had the idea of the Big Bang, and then something they don't tell you about, they don't want to scare you at school, is the Big Crunch. Everything collapses back, not entropy, but the crunch. And then again the expansion, and then the crunch. Expansion, crunch. Cyclical theory of creation is called. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, many times the world was expanded, many times it collapsed and then expanded again. But always the one remains there. Always the one remains. Sada sada ek ekankar. The one remains as one. So our Guru told us 400, 500 years ago about cyclical theory of creation and about the Big Bang. So I told you ek onkar is describing the Big Bang. That the one with the sound made the world. And this is the truth. Sat. Ek onkar. Sat. This is the truth. And how do we find that truth out? What comes after Sat? Now. By now, we find the truth. Calling Him, we find the truth. Isn't that cool? By calling God, we can experience the divine truth. It all came from one. We all came from one. So what we're going to do now, we're going to say Vaheguru together. You don't have to say it. You don't believe in it. But I just recommend it to you. Change. It's amazing. Yeah. What we're going to do is we're just going to call God. It's very simple. The Vaheguru has two parts to it. Wow. Vahe is wow. Any language in the world, they go wow. Vah. Vah. So we say Vah. Vahe. And then Guru. That enlightenment. We seek the enlightenment. Yeah? And it's also a name for God. So we're going to try that now, about 5 minutes. And then we'll finish off with a couple more points from here. I can't go through the whole thing. Alright? So I'll say it, then you say it. As we get into rhythm, we'll start saying it together. Okay? Vaheguru.
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 Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Vaheguru.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru. Vaheguru, 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 louder. Vaheguru, 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 Simple as that. If you did that every day, just for 5 minutes, your life will improve. Without doubt, your life will improve. Why? You're walking towards the truth. That's where you came from. You came to watch this movie. Why? You came to see me. But you know what you thought you came for. There's a video on our channel. It's called "Have We Been Missold Sikhi?" You walk into a shop, you order something. It's like India, innit? Walk into a shop, you buy. You want to get something, you come home, open the box, and it could be anything in there. Yeah? What happened to us is we got told, "You're a Sikh, you do this." Maybe we didn't get told what Sikhi was. Happened to me, that's why I called it "Have We Been Missold Sikhi?"